Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the starting lineup for the Charlottetowne Hops FC. Number 11, Aiden Gummer. Number 10, Bai Fei. Number 6, Bernardo Pacheco. Number 4, Dawson Malcolm. Number 2, Diego Candia. Number 9, James Jenkin. Number 5, Joseph Carroll. Number 15, Josh Zawalki. Number 1, Luca Barros. Number 18, Simon Curto. And number 3, Luke Martinovic. And now your starting lineup for Bristol Rhythm AFC. Number 1, Gucci Lamal. Number 4, your captain, Adam Cool. Number 11, Stu Jumbakanye. Number 10, Mate Daniel. Number 19, Alex Panner. Number 16, Callum Hudson. Number 9, Abu Sharif. Number 20, Paco Alvarez. Number 24, Louis Salkeld. Number 7, Stan Vandenbeld. And number 23, Ryan Suckling. Now will you please stand and remain standing for the national anthem. Take this last minute or so to run, not walk. The Snaps Crafts Michael Waldrop Brewing Beer Garden. Sunset Slush and our concession stand brought to you by the Bearcat Band Booster.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the broadcast booth for Bristol Rhythm FC Soccer here as the Rhythm host Charlottetown Hops FC, a team that's just above us in the standings here in the late going in the season. Just 2 more contests here at home for Bristol Rhythm, and it's going to be an important one. 3 points separate these 2 clubs, and Charlottetown in 4th place, which the top 4 in the conference make the playoffs, and so we're looking for a win today to tie us up in the standings and hoping for some help from Greenville. Caleb and Philippe with me on color here today for the broadcast. Caleb, how's it been so far this season for you guys up here on color?
Well, honestly, it's been great so far. We haven't seen a loss. I've done more games than Philippe has just because, he decides to keep winning with his club team. Congrats, good luck in nationals, by the way, coming up soon. But so I've been to every single home game. I wasn't able to commentate the last one. but I was here helping with the camera work. But so I haven't seen a loss yet, and my goal is to not see a loss the rest of the season. And we only have 2 games left. This one and then a Saturday against Hickory. So we'll see. They've turned G. Malcolm into a fortress, that's for sure.
Like Kelly was saying, I've been in and out, but what a game to be back, right?
100%.
What a game.
Huge game. These are the ones you live for. Like the season, no matter if you play 12 games, 15 games, 18 games, 36 games, doesn't matter what it is, it's still long seasons. It's heavy for everyone involved. So this is what you look forward to.
Yeah, Rhythm getting ready to kick off here, and sending it into play will be Pedro Herrera here at midfield as we get ready for the whistle. And it looks like somebody coming on. Oh, no, just coming in from off the wing.
There we go.
All right, and we're underway. Herrera sends it back to the center back, and he will send it long.
Rhythm have a very strong lineup today. They play back 3 a lot. Sometimes, Captain Adam Cole, he's usually a staple that back 3, but sometimes the other 2, he's usually the center back. Usually the outer center backs, they switch out, but they've gone with, Ryan Suckling from ETSU, and then Callum Hudson from Catawba, who's a phenomenal player. So very strong back 3, very good wing backs, and their midfield, Louis, someone I know, from ETSU, phenomenal player. He's had a great year with the Rhythm, so I know he's looking to make an impact. And then, Philippe, you know Mate better than I do, but he's been crucial for this team and what they look forward to doing. Their game against Greenville, when unfortunately they did blow a 2-goal lead, he was the one guy who wanted it the whole time. So I have a lot of respect for that guy.
And that's going to be a foul called, as that's Salkeld, I believe, that went down and drew the free kick. And Louis Salkeld gives a great opportunity here just outside the box on a free kick. And we'll see if the Rhythm can convert here.
Who's going to take it, Philippe? You think it's Louis, you think it's Mate?
I think from there, Louis. I mean, for the right foot, I think it will make sense to curve it. It doesn't seem like a cross to me, it seems like a shot. But also Mate is a specialist in this type of plays as well, so 2 good options.
And Salkeld shoots, he scores! Wow. Top left corner. And that is a quick first tally here just in the 2nd minute of the contest as Bristol Rhythm jumps up 1-0 early on. Boy, that's a perfect spot for that shot. Just curled it right around the wall into the top left corner.
And that's exactly what I was saying, wasn't it? Right foot from this situation, try to bend it. Perfect example, right? What we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's just a great setup there. Great job by Salkeld to draw that free kick and be able to put Bristol in a position to take an early lead.
That creativity right there is a big reason. I'm not sure if you know this, but a big reason why he is transferring to the runners-up in the national championship, Marshall, who has won a national championship within the last 4 years. Phenomenal men's soccer team there. And that's one reason
that makes
he is
sense.
heading there.
That type of skill to be able to place a shot that perfectly. A great team like that will be able to, as Painter goes into the box, and nothing. I
have some questions on this.
Center man says nothing there in the box.
It seemed like a touch to me.
Yeah,
on the support
didn't
foot
seem
of the
like he played the ball, the defense, that time, but Painter does not get the penalty.
I have to tell you from the very beginning, what a start from Bristol Rhythm.
I'm not sure he could hit that free kick any better than he did.
The intensity that Bristol Rhythm start from the very beginning has been really good.
I mean, Philippe, you were a phenomenal goalkeeper. I mean, do you think you were saving that?
No.
There's no way.
No, in Portugal we say that's where there's a lot of spider webs there. That's a place where you don't clean it. You need those type of balls to take those spider webs away.
Yeah, it's not a place you see a shot go very often. And so, really great shot by Salkeld to get us going quick. And Bristol, I think at this point, possession-wise, have we seen Charlottetown have the ball?
I don't think they've touched the ball once, unless it's been a quick header to get it out of the box. Other than that, though.
So over on the far side, they're going to send it long and headed back down by Charlottetown, but right back into the possession of Bristol.
I mean, we still have 86 minutes to go, but they want to get in the playoffs very badly. Second year to get in the playoffs your second year. This is the star you need right here.
Banner chipped that one over top. Mkani has it. Sends it back into the middle. Langell will chip it into the box. It's headed away. And Salkeld again with the ball, and he is dispossessed. And Charlottetown
referee has to say something on that play.
Going the other way. He sends it a through ball out in front, running it down in the corner, and a good slide on defense that time to knock it out of play.
Yeah, good job from the referee here. I agree. That was a kind of a passive-aggressive moment there.
Yeah, I mean, he shoved him with both arms. So
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
And the referee right away making sure that they understand the expectations. Very good from the ref.
It shows sportsmanship from both teams.
So Charlottetown will have a throw from the far side, about box high.
And we talk about this, in this field, any throw-in you have, it's a free kick.
Yep.
It's a corner kick from there, so has to be careful the way we defend these moments.
And that one's fired into the middle, knocked down and sent out by the Rhythm. And the ball is picked back up by Charlottetown, and they just send it long right into the hands.
Scrappy one so far.
Of Bristol.
I think when you talk about Killabop scrappy so far, I think that reflects the importance of this game.
100%.
And I think both teams realize that.
If you're gonna try it, die trying.
Yeah, again, if you've just joined us, this game really important for Bristol. They need a win against Charlottetown today. They're 3 points behind this squad that they're facing, and the top 4 teams in the conference will make the playoffs. So right now, Charlottetown is the last team in, and so in order to get a chance to be in the playoffs, Bristol's going to have to win this one and then get probably a tie against Hickory on Saturday.
It's such a shame as well. Coming from a Bristol perspective, you're up 3-1 against a good Greenville United squad, and then the end of the game 3-1. That would have put them level on points, and a win here basically would have put them in a playoff spot. But obviously, Felipe and you and I have seen it. We saw it this past year. Soccer's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But now's your time to shine. Now's your time to put it away.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to give a foul there, so it will be a free kick for Charlottetown in their own half.
And it's apparently a Charlottetown kick.
Yeah, Charlottetown, I guess, had the position there, just thought there was a bit of a shove in the back.
Charlottetown put the boot behind it.
And he will send it long into the box, and it's collected. So Bristol back in possession of the ball as Charlottetown, I think, has calmed down a little bit. There was a pretty early burst by Bristol in the offensive third, but since then, Charlottetown's starting to get more possession and slow the game down a little bit.
It's just such a shame because, the first 5 minutes of a soccer game, it's weird. It doesn't reflect the rest of the game. So now you kind of have to start over being down a goal. Heavy touch there.
Yeah, mistouch that time.
Even if you think, right, from the coaching perspective, you spend maybe 10, 15 minutes having the pregame talk, right, prepare your team mentally, even physically in a bit for what to expect from the game, and you get shocked in the first 5 minutes, that stinks. It's hard to react to it.
That's the thing. You want the game plan to hold on longer than that.
I agree.
Yeah, and I think after that first goal, too, another thing is, to be able, in this case, for Charlottetown, to be able to calm things down again quickly enough to where they don't give up more than just the one was important for them because, one goal, that's a surmountable deficit. But you start getting multiple goals down, that's when it becomes really desperate.
But I tell you one thing, from the first, this is almost first 10 minutes. One thing is very obvious right now, Charlottetown with a lot of trouble figuring out the mark in the midfield. It has been a big issue from the very beginning. Our midfields are opening by themselves. There's no pressure. There's always two solutions.
Driving forward and offside.
It was
is
tight.
the call. It was close.
I think it was the right call, but it was tight.
Yeah, it was definitely close.
Just to finalize my thought there, there's an overload in the build-up. Charlottetown hasn't made an adjustment on that, so every time that Bristol's in a build-up moment, there's always two people to play to against their only number 10. So that's been an issue for Charlottetown, and I bet there's some arrangements that have to be made there.
Yeah, I'm sure that there will be some adjustments defensively to make sure they're marking in the middle for sure. Charlottetown on the far side. That one flicked ahead, and now Bristol sends it deep into the arms of the goaltender. Charlottetown trying to possess the ball a little bit here, just get a bit of a rhythm going, no pun intended. That one crossed into the middle. Good work by Mkani to get it away. And that one's played out by Charlottetown for a Bristol throw. So Cool has it for Bristol. He's ready to set up the offense here. Passed across the pitch. Lengyel back. Coyle.
Like I was saying, the build-up moment, always a free man to receive the ball and easy to break pressure.
That's a good ball.
Good ball ahead there. Mkani gets a foot on it, but it goes right to the goalkeeper. Charlottetown. Down 1-0. Goal was scored in the 2nd minute on a free kick taken by Louis Salkeld from just outside the box, and it was a curled shot up to the top left corner of the net. No chance.
Phenomenal strike
For that save to be made.
Oh.
Deflected. Panner sends it back out wide for Herrera. And a good defensive play, and it's going to be a throw-in from the corner. So Bristol, like you said earlier, Philippe, a corner kick on a throw-in.
100%. Super dangerous type of plays. Honestly, as a coach, I would not even consider playing short. Put in the goalkeeper zone, make sure you have 2, 3, 4 men attacking the same space, and see what happens.
So they go short. They'll look at a cross here. It's deflected out for a corner kick. So now Bristol will get a traditional corner. This is the first corner kick today for either side.
One thing we've seen this year is Bristol is very deadly on the corners.
A great opportunity to double the advantage here in the 12th minute. And it's sent in. Bent to the back post. Header just out of the box. Fight for possession as it rolls out off of Charlottetown.
Philippe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like, I don't have the exact stats, but I feel like 60% of the goals we've seen here have been set pieces.
Yes, I agree.
This
Or
season.
throw-ins, something like that, yeah. I agree.
So we have a man down in the box for Charlottetown.
It seems like a muscle injury,
Yeah,
but too early for that, though.
Pretty early. Yeah.
12 minutes in. I mean,
You think he's cramping?
he might be. He looked like to me.
That is what it looks like. It looks like he's trying to stretch out.
Yeah. Also, let's put this in a coaching perspective as well. A lot of the times, these are tactical breaks as well.
That's true.
Because as soon as he went down, 2 players went to talk
right
to the
there.
coach. So that could be a tactical break to try to make some adjustments and transmit the message better.
Yeah, and
We've done it before.
And it seems like more to me. Because the 2 people who were called by the coach were the 2 midfielders.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I assume there's some type of adjustment, like I was saying about the build-up, that it seems like that's something we're going to try to
That's
adjust.
the thing. We don't get timeouts. We have to be creative.
Exactly.
that's a great point. And I think you're exactly right, because actually Bristol, they threw the ball in quickly and it was whistled dead. And Bristol was, putting their hands in the air saying, come on, you
Yeah.
can't be doing this.
I wonder if we'll get hydration breaks as well, because it is a very, very warm day in the Tri-Cities. I mean, it's 82 right now. That's honestly the coldest it's been in a week, I feel like.
So the ball thrown into the middle, and it's headed out by Charlottetown. But Bristol has it back, chips it back post, and it's too far, and it goes out for a goal kick.
for a Charlottetown goal kick.
Only one shot so far, and was the one on target. Was a
one
goal.
shot, one goal.
Yeah.
That's all you need sometimes. Which is crazy because it's felt more dominant to one side, or at least the beginning did. But
Yeah, I think, I do think Charlottetown has settled in a bit, although I agree with you, Philippe. There are definitely some adjustments they need to make, especially defensively right now. Offensively, they just haven't passed the ball well at all.
I agree. I was about to say, they've settled in, but nothing going forward.
Lengyel shoots. It's blocked. And they're going to call a foul on Lengyel. So it'll be a Charlottetown free kick from their own box. Just kind of ran through the defender there.
But I don't remember the last time that there was an actual ball that penetrated the final third for Charlottetown.
Yeah, I think
if it's even happened.
I think only one time did they have one that got to the edge of the box, and that's as far as they've gotten.
Gucci's caught 2 balls, I think. And I know we're early in, but still not a fantastic start. Because, yes, we've talked about this is a huge game for the Rhythm, but it's also a huge game for Charlottetown.
That's a good ball ahead. Alvarez into the middle. Shot is high, and it just goes way up over top by Vandenbelt. So second shot there, but that one off target. But you're right, you guys are right. It's been in Bristol's offensive third really for a majority of these first 15, 16 minutes.
You can see Charlottetown a little bit frustrated because this is not exactly what they look to do.
Yeah.
The two midfielders on the beginning of the build-up very frustrated the way things are going right now.
Charlottetown, a little bit of momentum going the other direction here. Sent across the pitch, but well done by Alvarez to head it out. Good ball ahead again. Crossed in front, chipped over top, and I think it may have gone off of Bristol.
Yep,
it did. It's a corner. So just looking for the deflection coming across the front post that time, and it went off of a Bristol defender and over the top. So first corner for Charlottetown.
Rhythm defense been historically good at corner kicks this season. Let's make some noise for them. But being historically good at them.
And the corner from Hops sent in. Gets through all the way through, and I don't think it was touched. So Charlottetown will have to play it back and reset. And that one sent over the head of a streaking attacker and picked up by Bristol. Here is McConney. It's knocked free by Charlottetown. A little back heel flick, and now Bristol takes it away. Defensively, Bristol has been hounding the handler of the ball the whole match so far as Salkeld moves ahead, sends it through, and it gets dove on by the goalie.
That's great goalkeeping as well, anticipating the pass.
Great instincts to come out and meet that ball at the top of the box. Header down in front and now sent back to Lamal as he boots it ahead. And now Charlottetown on it again in the attacking third. Cross, and it's collected by Lamal.
Good job, Gucci.
So Salkeld on the ball here.
I know he hasn't been tested today, but I don't know Gucci as well as you do, but just everything he does is so clean.
I agree.
And a good setup there for Herrera. And that one popped into the air and collected by Lengyel.
Referee, good call.
And a foul is called. As
I was going to question that one because he was right in front of him.
Took him a while as well.
yeah, I was going to say his foot got stepped on. You typically don't get that type of reaction from
100%.
nothing.
It was right in front of him as well. I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the build-up, there's a clear adjustment. And I kind of noticed the coach giving instruction with their arms. The adjustment that looks like was to ask for one of the center mids to step up to prevent that 1v2 in the midfield. And it worked a little bit better. Now Bristol has more pressure. So that's good from Charlottetowne's coach.
Yeah, pressure in soccer, pressure is always welcome defensively because it creates mistakes.
I agree.
That one sent in. Salkeld heads it over the top off the field goal post. And it'll be a goal kick for Charlottetown.
And besides, obviously, you press to regain the ball, correct? But not just that, but to make the play predictable, right? Understanding, try to push to one of the sides or the middle, wherever you want the ball to go. And obviously set up your team in a way that you can make the play predictable and regain the ball even faster.
So Charlottetown here down 1-0. That ball sent out in front, but too much power. And it gets all the way to Lamal, who picks up and rolls it back into play.
And as you can see, the the defensive shift right now with the midfield stepping on our midfield to prevent that 1v2. Very, very clear from my edge.
And it seems like that's maybe opening up some longer balls down the pitch as well.
You're totally right.
Charlottetown somehow got in the way of it.
And the game got more competitive as well now because of that. Now Charlottetown has more ball, can press better, can make the play more predictable, can organize better as well. But I tell you, if I had to anticipate the game before it started, it's going exactly how I expect it to be. I didn't expect Bristol Rhythm to be winning within 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But the competition, that's a good chance here.
A really good chance. Charlottetown in the box with it, but they've sort of bungled it slightly.
A little bit clumsy.
Knocked away. Nkani did a nice job defensively that time. And now he will carry up the near side.
And it's out for a rhythm throw.
And it's knocked out by the Rhythm. It came off of Nkani's foot after it was knocked free.
I don't know if you guys noticed as well, but when Charlottetown gets to the final third or close to the final third, right, a lot of indecision. You know, a lot of, am I crossing, am I taking a shot, am I playing back to you, am I playing back to me, you know, what am I doing? A lot of indecision.
Everything is hesitation.
Yes.
Like, if you're going to, the decision you're going to make in this sport, you just have to do it. You have to commit to it.
And that's what comes to my point, which I don't know if it's some type of being nervous because you know the importance of the game and you know that you are 1-0 down. That could be part of it as well.
Yeah, you guys are absolutely right. The decisiveness just has not been there in the offensive third for Charlottetown. And for Bristol, it was very decisive in those early few minutes. They attacked right away, right to the net, and drew a foul right outside the box, and it created a chance.
And there's one thing that you can't you can't prove. It's not scientific, but energy. You know, Bristol has a lot. Oh, wow, that was nice. Bristol has a lot more energy. A lot better, positive energy.
So Lamal sends it long. Herrera's going to be on this with a lot of space, but that ball does finally get through, actually, to Vandenbeld. Looking in, turning back to his right foot. Alvarez still has it. Shot blocked. It's underneath him. And he played it on the ground. But it'll be a free kick for Charlottetown.
Yeah, but Charlottetown doesn't have a shot yet. What I define by shots, a clear intention to go, right? Without obstruction and stuff. Everyone really had a shot.
Rhythm throw.
But also Bristol only have 3 as well. So
Yeah, there haven't been a ton of shots. They've had, it's weird because the ball actually has been, it feels like in the attacking thirds for the majority of play, but the number of shots has not been.
I mean, even if you want to break down, I mean, we're basically half of the half right now. Just hit the halfway mark. 3 shots for Bristol Rhythm, 1 on target, 0 shots for Charlottetown, 1 corner for each team. So pretty close to me.
So Herrera, now Panner. Mukani. Panner, shot saved with the foot.
What a save.
And it's kicked away momentarily by Charlottetown, but now, again, Bristol on it. Mukani over to Panner, near side. And back for Mukani. And that one chipped over top for Lengyel.
Great save.
And Charlottetown will play it out for a Bristol throw. Suckling over. Hudson on it here. And it gets through. Herrera is tripped in the box. It's a penalty. It's a penalty, and I would be surprised.
That has to be
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. It's at the very least a yellow.
Nowhere near the ball, takes a dirty tackle in the box.
Felipe, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yellow. Yellow comes out.
I believe that should be a red.
So, from my perspective, yes and no. The reason why I say yes and no, yes, he was the last defender, but I feel his touch was on the outside. So, following the rules, he's not going to be in a straight direction towards
But still,
goal.
that was dangerous, right through the...
Yes, but the thing is, he's not completely straight to goal. He has the inclination to the side, which that makes a more predictable save to the keeper. So, again, I'm not saying he's not a red.
Yeah.
I would say it could be an orange for me, if that makes sense.
If I was the referee, non-biasly, I would have given a red.
Again, if it was a red, it wouldn't shock me either. You know,
Yeah.
I understand that right now. The referees do their homework as well.
Yeah. The important thing is it is a penalty.
Yeah, and they understand the importance of the game as well. They understand that a red card will condition the game. So I can kind of see it. Like I said, if it was a different ref, probably a red. But I could understand.
So for Bristol here, it's a chance to double the lead, and it is Louis Salkeld taking it
Louis could get his double
from the spot, and he's got it.
He does.
2 goals for Salkeld already here in the first half. This one coming in the 27th minute from the penalty spot.
This is big.
And Bristol leads 2-0. And like you say, this is a huge start for Bristol. Shows that they know they have something to play
100%.
for. And they have come out with the energy that they've needed to.
You know, we're 27 minutes in. Everything from Bristol has been incredibly positive. They're incredibly creative. Everything's been clinical. You know, they definitely deserve to be 2-0 up right now.
So this is
right now they are 2-0 better for sure.
This is certainly the dream start if you're Bristol Rhythm. You haven't allowed Charlottetown to do anything on offense, and you've really dominated the game so far. So Charlottetown back into play, and they have got a hill to climb here. First half, so they've got time. I mean, it's not like they don't have time to do it, but right now, if Bristol continues with this level of energy and just pressure they've put on them the entirety of this game, it's going to be tough to come back.
You know, another thing that we haven't mentioned so far is I know one of the tiebreakers is head-to-head, but goal difference as well. Right now, they are actually both at 0. They both sit at 0. So if Bristol can get one more, then they'll have more points plus more goal difference, and that could end up coming up important later on.
So that'll go out for a Bristol throw. The Rhythm trying to continue to put goals up here in this first half. As Panner plays it ahead. Vandenbeld into the corner. Alvarez crossed long to the other side. Way too much on that one. Charlottetown will throw. Ball thrown back in. Charlottetown on it here. Trying to create a little bit of something here. That ball out in front, but it's going to be too far to get to. And it will be a Bristol throw.
And it's out for a rhythm throw.
Ryan Suckling will throw in. Mbakani. Selkeld in the middle on it. Tried to play it, I think, for Mbakani, but he didn't get enough of it to get it all the way to the wing. Selkeld, header. And the Rhythm lose possession. Charlottetown sends it ahead, and now that one knocked away again by the back line of the Rhythm.
Charlottetown with a lot of problems to try to get into their box. Very good from Bristol Rhythm defensively. Very good. Well done.
Yeah, the defensive line so far for Bristol has been strong. I mean, almost impenetrable.
Yes,
They all English back three, all three very solid players. All come from very good programs as well.
So Charlottetown tries to send one wide to the other side, and it goes long and out. Bristol will throw in from their own corner. Try not to get hemmed in here in their own third. And now Charlottetown has it knocked away. Good play that time. And Bristol does get it down the near side. Mbakani has it. He'll send it ahead for Herrera. Toward the corner he goes with the ball. Plays it ahead. It's knocked away. And now Panner heads it down. Mbakani. It's taken away. Charlottetown again now will turn back and reset. They'll switch the pitch here. It does
Great
get
touch.
over the head.
100%.
Great pass. Chipped to the back post, but again, just not on target. That's been the bugaboo for them so far today. It's just they have not been able to be accurate in the attacking third.
I mean, that sums up their offensive prowess right there.
So Suckling will throw the ball back into play here. Tries to hit Mbakani, and he does. And now being held, and that is going to be a foul. So Hayden Gunner called for a foul there. And the free kick is too far out in front of Suckling, and it goes out for a Charlottetown throw. Just a little bit of a lack of focus there on that one.
I have to say focus.
Yeah, I'm not sure Ryan Suckling knew he was going to play that. I think that they were going to wait a little for him, but just a little mishap there. But those are the frustrating things that kill you as a coach.
Yeah. So another just, it feels like Charlottetown just, they can't continue, they're not able to come up with their passes consistently. They're getting a couple, and then they'll miss one, and then they'll get like three, and then they'll miss another one. They just have not been consistent with their passing, which in soccer is very important.
That's the crazy thing of the sport is even though it's 11-11, there's games like this sometimes that don't feel 11-11. This does not feel 11-11.
No.
I just think it's a really tough game because, first of all, let me tell you that Bristol is playing very well.
Yes, they are.
They are moving the ball. I think they broke down the rhythm a little bit. You know, probably the heat, the fatigue, for sure. But this is a game where Charlottetown is not arriving on time when they should be. They made the adjustments. They're still not on time. So Bristol Rhythm is able to drag the pressure centrally, play out wide, and bring it centrally again. In the moment they do that, the pressure is broken. Sorry, the defensive shape is broken, and then this is progress the ball forward. So Charlottetown has a lot to fix at halftime. This is not, credit for Bristol Rhythm. But always arriving late and make your life a little bit easier for Bristol Rhythm. Has to be better if they want to compete. If not, this will get ugly, for sure.
So we're in the 34th minute here of this contest as Bristol leads 2-0 over Charlottetown. Free kick coming. Header straight up into the air. Charlottetown puts it down to the turf, but quickly away, and now offside called on Charlottetown on that haphazard kick into the box.
Still not a shot from Charlton.
No. Still no shots, and we are getting close to the 10 minutes remaining mark here in the first half with, extra time.
If you are Charlton's coach, I mean, you have to be worried right now. No shots in almost 45 minutes.
That's certainly not what you want to see as Lamal sends one long to the far side. Header forward by Lengyel, but it's knocked down and taken back by Charlottetown. Chipped in toward the corner. Mkani lets it roll out. And Bristol will again throw in from this near side in their own half. Lengyel gives it back to Hudson. Alvarez has it, and it is off of Charlottetown for another Bristol throw-in. If you have just joined us, we have 2 goals so far by Louis Salkeld, one on a free kick set piece from just outside the box, curled into the top left corner. That was back in the 2nd minute. And then in the 27th minute of this one, Salkeld came up from the penalty spot and sent one into the bottom left past the goalkeeper. So 2-0 Bristol Rhythm against Charlottetown, a team that, again, is 3 points ahead of the Rhythm in the standings at this point in the season, as this is a must-win for Bristol Rhythm. Charlottetown has it here. They send it in front, and a soft pass toward the middle is played nicely by Bristol out, but no one there for that pass from Lengyel, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Philippe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this can be, even though nothing's really come, this can be a little dangerous. If I'm Bristol, I want to make sure that Charlottetown does not go in at all confident to halftime. If the more they have the ball and they can start growing a little bit more going into halftime, it's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, you're still down 2-0, and you haven't really created any real chances, but this is the longest point of possession they've had the ball. So you have to, even if you don't get another goal, even if you get another shot, you have to keep the possession a little bit more. Do not let Charlottetown get confidence going in to half.
Great job by Lamal to dive on that one and snuff out the threat as Mbakani goes forward with Panner. And now back to Mbakani, and he keeps it in. Mbakani, great speed, shot, save made on the dive, and knocks it out for a corner on the far side of the pitch. So Bristol, good counterattack that time off of the play in the box. Lamal quickly gets up and fires it to Mbakani.
What a player is Dujas. Up and down, 90 minutes, never looks tired.
I've had the pleasure of getting to watch him at Milligan University, being the SID there. He has been a joy to watch in my first year over there, as he and Alex Panner in the lineup here in this one. Chip back post, and it's offside or a foul?
I think all a foul.
Yeah, just a foul. So a foul in the box, and Charlottetown will be able to clear it out. So a good opportunity there for Bristol to maybe take a third goal into the half. Stooge almost had one, just barely got a piece of it, did the goalkeeper on that dive.
That's 2 good chances for him as well this game. But goalkeeper made good saves in both of them.
So here's Salkeld now. And he will keep driving with the ball and stays with it. And looked like there may have been a push that time, but no call. Charlottetown going the other way, and it's knocked away again, as Bristol just stopping any opportunity on the counterattack.
100%. I mean, that's what I was telling before. You know, Bristol is being better in the 4 moments of the game. You know, defending when they have possession. You know, defensive transition, attacking with possession. I mean, Bristol has been better in all the 4 moments, and when that happens, the result is fair. You know?
Yeah.
Reflex has been going on.
Yeah, it's tough for a team like Charlottetown, who's being outplayed in all facets,
I agree.
to be able to keep up in that sort of situation. Even with the lower number of shots that Bristol has taken, I mean, you're still giving them so many opportunities. And offside is called. That was close. That was very close.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I'm not sure.
It did not look like to me.
I saw Suckling pull back, and you could tell that's what he was trying to do, but that's still a gamble.
But honestly, it did not look like to me.
Yeah,
that was tight. I think he got lucky on that one. I understand what he was doing, but he got lucky on that one.
I'm trying to see the replay here.
So Bristol,
if it was by a few inches. I was looking at the replay here.
It was certainly very tight. So Suckling will send it long for Herrera.
What a touch.
And he's offside.
I'm not sure I agree with that one, to be honest.
Back-to-back offside calls on both teams.
Questionable as well. Both questionable.
I was looking the replay of that play, and I think it was offside. Okay. I think it was a good goal from referee. It looked like to me. Obviously, the camera, you have a different angle, right?
Yeah,
but it looked like, at first view, it looked like not an offside, but after looking at the view, I think it was an offside. I think the referee was right. Credit for the referee as well.
So header forward, and Herrera sprinting after it, and nice job by Charlottetown to avert danger that time. Salkeld, great read, and it's taken away. So now Charlottetown trying to find, and they do find a through ball all the way to the front. Shot knocked into the net by the defender, Coyle. And Charlottetown scores here in the 42nd minute of this one to make it 2-1.
That's the beauty of soccer, isn't it? You can be dominant the entire game, and you look at the stats, it was the first shot. Yeah, almost 3 minutes away from the end of the first half, you know, and now the game is open. I mean, it was open before, now even more, right?
I don't want to hype myself up too much, but I think it was less than 5 minutes ago I said no matter what, you cannot let them get confidence.
Yeah.
And now
You're right.
You've let it go back. That changes the halftime talks entirely.
I think at this point, the only thing that could make that not be as big of a problem is another goal here in the last 8 minutes. 4 minutes, I guess, actually now. So Charlottetown on the ball, and they're only down 2-1 now after the counterattack goal that they had just a moment ago off of a defender. Coyle almost was able to keep that out.
But, you know, one thing we talk about with our players a lot is confidence. What gives you more confidence than a goal?
And the keeper comes out, and now the net is open. Panner doesn't shoot it, though. And they play it for Mbakani, and he will chip it into the middle. Panner deflects it in! And the Rhythm lead 3-1. What a play by the Rhythm. The Milligan connection. Mbakani with the little chip to Panner, who just gets it with the toe, pokes it right by.
What a last 3 minutes. You know, I questioned when he didn't take the shot when the goalkeeper was out of it. It all worked out. I was very curious. You know, Felipe and I both flinched a little bit. You know, that's every player's dream right there, but it all worked out, and it's 3-1 Rhythm. That's the response you need, though.
It is. That, and I think, like I said, I'm going to take your lead on this one and, take a little bit of credit for that one, having just said, I think the only way it feels okay
100%.
is if you come up with something.
Yeah, you were very right. You know, Charlottetown got a little bit of confidence. What's the better way to knock them down than another goal?
Yeah, and I think, honestly, that almost deflates a team even more than being down 2-0.
Yes.
Is getting one back and being, on their high horse for a minute, and then 1 minute later, a goal is in for the opponent again.
It's still doable if you're a Charlottetown fan or a Charlottetown player, a Charlottetown coach. Like, it's still doable. But, you get that goal back. You go into halftime only down by 1. We're doing it. We just don't concede again, and then boom, goal. It's tough.
Yeah. So the Rhythm up 3-1 now with just a couple minutes left here in the first half. And I think at this point, 3-1, if Bristol can hang on with a 3-1 lead, they will be pretty happy going into the break. We have a free kick here from Charlottetown after the foul by Vandenbeld. That one's headed out, and it will be a Charlottetown throw here in the attacking third. They're going to have to get moving a little bit. Charlottetown getting ready to take this throw, and it is sent deep into the box. Header, Lamal off the crossbar, and Hudson kicks it out for a throw.
That's a sketchy one.
That was a scary one right there. Lamal obviously not the tallest keeper that there is, and so that ball being up near the top of the crossbar, luckily clanged off the crossbar and out of the box.
I couldn't tell if he got a touch on
He
it
may
or
have.
if it was
He may have.
all crossbar, but that's definitely a nervy one.
Shot on one touch, and he missed it, and it's knocked out. Herrera, and it's deflected back to the defense of Charlottetown. We are at the 45-minute mark. How much time do we have here? Headed out.
Bristol Rhythm has to look to avoid these balls right now. Throw-ins, corners, he has to try to avoid, stick it out of it. Especially any throw-in on the line of the box, I mean, it's a corner.
So here comes the throw, and it's a good one into the middle. Cool heads it down, sent ahead by Panner. Herrera plays it for Vandenbeld. And now across to Mbakani. Mbakani driving, sends it ahead. Panner chips it. Goalie makes the save. Panner chipped in front again. And it's cleared out by Charlottetown.
Wow.
Boy, that was almost a fourth.
Wow.
Panner quickly back in. Shot. Short side. Save made. Another corner coming up here for Bristol.
If I'm Charlottetown's goalkeeper, I'm upset. He's taking a lot of fire.
I don't know if you guys watch box, but this is what we say being against the ropes.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, oh, without a doubt they are. They're up against the ropes, and they can't get out of there. So what we will see here, Lengyel setting up for the corner kick. Not sure how much time we have left until we go to the half with stoppage time, but see if Bristol can pick up another. The corner. Header, deflected. Oh, and it's over the top. And it's another corner. So the header was deflected by the defender over the crossbar.
This may well be the last kick of the half.
Agree.
So it is actually Alvarez who's taking the corner, not Lengyel.
Alvarez to take the corner. Let's see if we can do it again. Brings it into play.
So it's sent in, and that one is wide off the head of an attacker, and I think it is actually a goal kick.
Yes.
Goal kick.
Nope, never mind. Goal kick.
So will be a goal kick, and I think that should take us to the half, I would assume.
What a first half.
Yeah, 3-1 Bristol, as they have been just really dominant. They had one lapse, but other than that, it's been pretty much all Bristol.
Surprised he's still letting it go.
Same, I would have thought for sure it'd be half by now.
Not a lot of stoppages either.
No. I mean, the goals, but the reset was very quick after the goals. No injuries other than one
The
little
first
cramp.
one,
So for now, the first half continues. And that one into the corner. This could be dangerous. Stops and loses it out of play for a throw.
We're 3 minutes into extra time. Still letting it go.
So Hudson will throw in, and he does.
Hudson's family's watching the game all the way from the UK live stream.
And so here's Vandenbeld. He keeps it. And we'll switch it back to Panner, but it's out in front of him. And
Suckling's there for it.
Suckling will get on it instead. Now back for Panner.
Control in the middle. Salkeld.
Here's Salkeld. And a
Suckling.
feed for Suckling. Good move. And it's played out a corner.
For a rhythm corner.
Coming up for the rhythm. And we're still going.
That's what we like to see, sportsmanship. Alvarez to take the corner.
So Alvarez will come here to the near side corner again to send one into the box.
Alvarez today, you can call it the Mr. Set Piece. Takes everything.
Yeah, he has been. He's been taking everything, and they've done a pretty nice job so far. That one sent into the middle, and it's cleared out. Mbakani, and now Panner back, and that'll do it. That will be the half. So 3-1, your score here at the intermission, and the Bristol Rhythm have a 3-1 advantage over the Charlottetown Hops FC. 3 goals for Bristol, one in the second minute from Louis Salkeld on a set piece just outside the box, free kick to the top left corner. Then he scored a penalty kick shot down to the bottom left, and that made it 2-0 in the 27th minute. And then just before the half, after conceding a goal to Charlottetown on the counterattack, it was Alex Panner from Boykeo Mkani in the 43rd minute. So Bristol Rhythm up 3-1. Caleb, Philippe, give us your thoughts on that first half and what you think needs to happen in the second half for Charlottetown to try to adjust.
Well, honestly, we've done a lot of these games. We've been here when they beat One Knox, which was a big game, Alliance, which was a big game, and then when they beat Appalachian, which was a huge game. This may honestly have been the most interesting I've seen so far, especially first half. Even though Charlottetown is not Appalachian, it's still been it's been crazy. It hasn't been a boring game. It's been a lot of fun. As a neutral, this has to be a lot of fun to watch. Ton of shots. We already have 4 goals in one half, which doesn't happen that often in this level. I've enjoyed it from a neutral point of view. I've enjoyed it as a Rhythm supporter. I've enjoyed it even more. They went in last time I was here. They went into half 3-1 up against Greenville. It's a different 3-1, but I still think they can't stop. They definitely need to keep on applying the pressure. Don't open yourself up too much, but they need to keep on applying, because we've already seen, even though Charlottetown doesn't have as much confidence after conceding that third, they've still found the goal. And what's a more confident way? What's a better way to get more confident than a goal? There's nothing more confident than a goal. So they've already seen it. That definitely changed the talks a little bit, but then the goal after changed the talks entirely. If I'm Charlottetown coach, I'm very frustrated. Besides the goal, it's been 45 minutes of basically nothing. I would be very, very frustrated if I was him. The one thing I love about the sport is anything can happen in the second half. The two halves can always be incredibly different. So, we'll see. Flip, what are your thoughts?
Facts don't care about your feelings. 11 shots for Bristol, 7 on target, 2 for Charlottetown, 1 on target. So,
wow.
If you tell me this is the team that is supposed to qualify Charlottetown, so Bristol Rhythm has to qualify.
Yep.
Because Bristol is by far the better team. I would reflect this game into 3 points that I have noted here. Okay. First of all, midfield from Charlottetown always late for the pressure, even after the adjustments. Credit for Bristol Rhythm the way they move the ball side to side, but constantly late on the pressure. Every time they're supposed to be where they're supposed to be, they're not there. And then when they make the adjustment on the fly, they'll never get there on time, because obviously Bristol Rhythm moved the ball already. So that's one of the points that for me is changing a lot of the game. Second thing, Bristol Rhythm dictates the pace of the 4 moments of the game. If Bristol wants to go fast, they go fast. If Bristol wants to go slow, they go slow. And there's nothing that Charlottetown is doing right now that seems to be working to stop Bristol's momentum or what Bristol is trying to do. Attacking transition, Bristol attacks however they want. Defensive transition, Bristol, it's very hard to be caught off guard on defensive transition. So yeah, Bristol is in charge of the 4 moments of the game. Last thing for me, and this for me is something quite, I won't say shocking, but something that screams in my head is many mistakes within defensive third towards middle third from Charlottetown.
The penalty came from that.
Multiple. Center backs, especially the moment where center backs are looking to play the midfielders. It's so obvious. It has been so frequent, which is quite shocking to me because it's very clear that Charlottetown builds up with two midfielders as kind of a double pivot. So it's quite surprising how many mistakes has been going on the build-up, and that's making the game easier for Bristol Rhythm. I think Bristol Rhythm has to be aware of number 10. Number 10 has been by far, in my opinion, the most dangerous player. Seems very unsettled. What I mean by unsettled in my language, what I mean by when a player is unsettled in my language is he's a player who's not happy how the game is going. He's a player who's eager to turn the game around. He's a game who, when, crap hits the fan, is give me the ball and I'll take care of this. And that's the type of player that I see in him. So had to be very careful with the way Bristol Rhythm is doing stuff right now because he can change the game. But like I said, facts do not care about your feelings. It's a one-way game right now. One-way game.
It's interesting, all your points that you make, Philippe, they're very great points, and I think they all kind of point to one theme, and that is, so far it's just felt like Bristol Rhythm wants it more. And, the focus that we've seen from them as compared to Charlottetown in that first half, the level of focus, like the things like in the defensive third, just making so many mistakes. I mean, a lot of times that is just focusing on what you're doing, what your goal is in the moment. And like we saw from Bristol, they came with multiple attacks toward the net that they had a plan going toward the net.
100%.
Charlottetown, we have not seen that at all.
No.
We have seen no plan whatsoever in the offensive third. They, like you said, have really relied on number 10. He's basically been their offense on the far wing, bringing the ball down, trying to beat a man, and then create something. But there hasn't been a plan where they've used multiple players in the offensive third.
I 100% agree. There was one instance, opposite to the camera, but on our end, in the attacking third, I think the first time Charlottetown got into the 18, there was I can't remember the player, but he had the ball. He had two guys in front of him. He had a guy right behind him. He could have dropped to him. Instead, he plays out for a goal kick. Versus Bristol, every time they're going forward, it's a little flick, play quickly, and that's why they've been so dominant. If I'm Charlottetown, I'm thanking my lucky stars for this goalkeeper. Because it could be much ugly. I'm not saying he's the best in the world. I'm not saying he saved them. I'm not saying, to be fair, penalties, Philippe, as a goalkeeper, penalties are, they're beneficial for the player. That free kick, you can't save that. But he has saved them in several instances. It could be much uglier than it is if it wasn't for him. But honestly, the second half, this is where we see what a team is truly made of, how you come out in the second half. When Philippe and I were doing the A65 Alliance game, I gave Alliance a lot of praise before the game. I knew them very decent. I knew a guy on the team. I thought they were going to be better. We said, if they're going to come out and they're going to make something happen, it's got to be quick. It's got to start quick. You got to build confidence quickly. You got to look to go forward. You have to look like you've actually changed something, made a plan. So I look for this first 10, 15 minutes to see what is actually implicated. Because, the game plan went out the window in the first 2 minutes. Even though it was from a set piece, it went out the window in the first 2 minutes. Once you concede, everything changes from there. So I look forward to seeing what the thought process is, what they're changing, what the personality is changing, and seeing what they actually are going to implement. And this is where you truly see who you are as a team.
Yeah, I just think in this second half, all it's going to take, I think, for Bristol is to play the same way they played in that
100%.
first half. If they can play the same way, I don't think Charlottetown has a chance.
I think, honestly, I would like to see Mate get involved a little bit more. Louis Salkett is a very ball-dominant midfielder, obviously going forward. I would assume Charlottetown has started to recognize that more. Mate is also very good on the ball, so hopefully we'll see how they bounce.
Let me contribute for that, right? I think the reason why we say that Mate hasn't been so involved, my personal opinion, was because Mate was part of the reason why what Bristol Rhythm is doing is working. Mate was a sacrifice one to enjoy that 2v1 in the midfield.
Yes,
so it was
100%.
like, I agree with you, I understand what you're saying. We normally see Mate more higher on the field, right? Scoring goals and shit.
But the reality is when
And-
Louis is
and
on the
stuff,
field, he
and
can't
stuff,
be
right?
more forward.
But Mate is the one who's been dropping to create that overload in the middle. So it's kind of a sacrifice to actually make this work. So sometimes, you have to pick your poison, and, that's what Bristol Rhythm did. But I agree with you saying, yeah.
So Bristol up 3-1 here against Charlottetown on the home pitch, as the Rhythm looking to knot up the point standings with Charlottetown at 13 with a victory today. That would put them technically in the 4th playoff spot. Greenville right now has 11 points, 1 point ahead of where Bristol's at, but they had played one more contest. And so really at this point, Bristol with the win today, they would be in that 4th playoff spot and hopefully can hang on in their contest against Hickory on Saturday. We will send you to just a little break here before we get ready for the start of the second half here with the Bristol Rhythm against the Charlottetown Hops FC.
We're about to kick off this electrifying second half. Tonight's Rhythm Gold has been brought to you by Charlottetowne and Tanner. Top of the legal firm.
And we are back here at Gene Malcolm Stadium as the Bristol Rhythm lead 3-1 here against Charlottetown Hops FC. As it was a dominant first half, the Rhythm scored in the second minute to take early 1-0 lead, and they then doubled it in the 27th as Salkeld scored both of those. And then after allowing a goal in the 40th minute, they scored again in the 43rd.
Charlottetown take the kickoff in the second
So
half.
Bristol up 3-1. Charlottetown will kick off.
And here we go. Second half has begun.
And we're back underway. Charlottetown quickly sends it long, and Lamal picks it up in the box. Gucci Lamal.
Wide.
Here is Suckling, and now Salkeld goes back to Cool.
Have Goop move forward with it.
And Panner has it taken away.
Tanner.
Charlottetown sends it forward, a deflection out toward the far side wing.
Suckling has not the box.
And now out in front, sent in front of the net, and it's knocked into the net. And I think it may have been an own goal off of Cool and past Lamal's left leg. And oh boy, that's not a good start for the Rhythm. Only 45 seconds in here in the second half, and it's already 3-2.
One thing that won't happen again.
You know, before we took our little break, that's one thing that we talked about was, let's see what the first 10, 15 minutes looks like. You know, we're already the first that was within 50 seconds. I mean, that's a good way to get started.
Boy, Charlottetown has come out of the half energized, it seems. It's already 3-2, and Bristol now is going to be forced to try to go after some more goals because one goal is not enough at this point.
I mean, words cannot describe how important of a second half this is to the Rhythm season, or honestly to the Charlottetown season as well. This is all to play for right here.
To be honest, this was the worst could have happened.
100%. You want to put off. You want to put it off. Put it off. Put it off. Put it off.
Play it back.
Yeah, the longest amount of time that you can keep a team off the board, the better. You know, it makes them press more and more over time. But they scored within 45 seconds, and now all they need is one more to get it knotted up even, and that is not what you want to see if you're Bristol.
Nope. A tie does not do the Rhythm favors. This is a must-win right here.
Yeah. So this one's sent long. Bristol will head it free, and I believe, I can't tell if it was offside or just a foul on a push, something like that.
The first half is in the rear view mirror right now for Charlottetown. Like this is a big deal right here. This is not an ideal start for the Rhythm.
It's almost complete opposite of what we saw in the first half. It really is the exact opposite of what we saw in the first half. Charlottetown comes out, scores in a minute. First half, Bristol scores in 2 minutes, you know, so it's
alternate universe.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not the exact same alternate universe, because that would mean that Charlottetown would score next. And you don't want to see that if you're a Rhythm fan.
A big thing in youth soccer that people say is, you know, if they do it in one half, we can do it in the other half. So I'm sure Charlottetown coach said as well.
So Hudson able to clear that one out. Charlottetown will throw in. And unable to corral it was Salkeld, and now a whistle as the throw-in was advanced further than it should have been.
Inchworm their way forward. That won't fly.
So Charlottetown, again, down just 3-2 now after that opening goal just 45 seconds in here in the second half, and just kind of a breakdown defensively. Coming out, Lamal able to make the collection that time, and he has a word for Charlottetown's attacker.
I'm not sure what they both complained about. I thought it was a good play.
I did too.
So did I.
I don't think was anything.
I thought I saw Gucci point to his face.
Yeah, but I don't know what Gucci could be complaining either. You jump over him, even land on his back because of it. So, it's just boys, isn't it?
You're not wrong. We'll argue over anything.
It's true. That's just the way it works. It's part of the sport.
Especially soccer's a game of emotions. You say that all the time.
100%.
So Suckling to Lengyel, and now here is Mbakani. Sends it forward for Herrera, but it's cut out by Charlottetown.
Bristol Rhythm has to settle this game. It's becoming an open game.
Cool does a nice job to keep that one. Plays it ahead, but he just hit it too far to the left, and it's out. Off of Charlottetown, actually, deflected.
That's not bad, though. At least give him some time up the field, get settled.
Yep. Slow things down.
And if you're Coach Louis, you have to be sweating right now. Because that's not the beginning that you want.
No.
3-1, well, you probably tell the boys, guys, obviously, don't stop playing. We want to keep, obviously, scoring goals. It's important, like Caleb said, the goal differential, right? But you can see within the first minute, I bet Coach Louis is having nightmares about what happened against Greenville, right? Because the same story, isn't it?
100%. Because Greenville got off very quick.
And they will play it back for Lamal just to reset the pitch here. Salkeld. And he chipped it to the defense. Charlottetown now settles it. And that ball will be picked up by Lamal.
But, I don't want to be unfair because it's only 5 minutes in, but I think we can all agree that you see a change of energy from Bristol Rhythm compared to the first half. A change of behavior. That's a great run.
Herrera's onside. He's in the box. Gets the foot to it, off the goalie and out. It will be a corner, I think.
I think it will be a corner as well.
No, they're saying goal kick.
I'm not sure if I agree with it.
Oh,
I do not
wow.
agree with that.
Wow, I'm not sure how that could be a goal kick.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions on that one as well. Because it was definitely a save from the goalkeeper.
Boy, okay. It
One
is a goal
shot.
kick, and we're back in play.
But the game started well,
One.
one shot for each team right now within the first 5 minutes. Good game. Open game.
Banner goes back.
Obviously, if you're a rhythm fan, this is not what you want. But if you
Definitely.
love soccer, this is what you want to see.
100%.
An open game.
If you love soccer, you want to see it go 3-3 and then a last-minute goal.
Yep, I agree.
But if you're the rhythm coaching staff, that's not the slightest what you want to see.
Yep.
So Bristol will throw in after that's knocked out. Rhythm, again, up 3-2. It was 3-1 at the half, as in the very first minute of the second half, Charlottetown picked up their second goal of the contest. And now Bristol trying to take that goal back here. Lengyel on it will send it back for Hudson. Here's Cool in the middle. Panner tried to redirect it. It's taken away. Charlottetown now setting up, and a good ball wide here. And a good fake there. Chipped into the middle. Header, and it's up high over the top. And it will be a goal kick. That's a pretty good play that time. Looked like Charlottetown had a plan going down the pitch that time. Kind of different from what the first half we saw. Didn't really have a set plan going down the pitch, but that time got it out wide, found some runs into the box, and sent across in there for the header.
And it's a completely change of behavior from both teams, right? It's almost like it's the same team, but different teams, right? Doing the same thing, but separate teams, right? Bristol Rhythm way less energetic than when they were in the first half, and Charlottetown with way more energy, way more capacity to actually improve a few things that we talked about at halftime.
Yeah, it certainly has really seem like the two teams just have swapped personas.
I also, let me tell you this, right? I was going to say this at halftime because we talk about what should be different, right, on both teams. Charlottetown made already an adjustment, which as a coach I agree 300%, which is instead of playing with a double pivot, they went to one single holding. That allows them to have the same amount of numbers defensively. So I think that's a completely right move from Charlottetown, and I think they're going to benefit a lot from it.
Suckling tries to send it to the forward line, but it's knocked away. Charlottetown now on it again. Hudson, nice play, and now Suckling will send it back for Lamal. Here is Cool. Panner. And now Cool across the pitch to the near side. And here is Lengyel on it. Vandenbeld loses it. Oh, that one sent right off the upper body of Lengyel. Charlottetown sends it ahead, and Lamal comes out to collect it at the top of the box. And Lengyel has it now, and he will try to reset it back for Hudson, but now he's being hounded, and Lengyel plays it off the defense and out for a throw-in. And right now, Charlottetown is bringing the energy, the pressure, and they are really getting after it.
Yeah, and I have to give credit to the coach because, like I said, that adjustment makes a little bit of difference. Now, what I'm interested to see is we talk at halftime that number 10 was a threat. Mm-hmm. We talk about this. But now that he's only one holding on the build-up, number 10 probably won't arrive as much to the attacking third as he was before because he was playing as a 10. So it'll be interesting to see how that is going to influence his performance.
Good ball by Salkeld here to Alvarez. He'll send it across. Herrera missed it, but Mbakani has it on the backside.
What a ball.
He chips it back in the middle. Vandenbeld header, and a diving save is made.
What a ball. Oh, my gosh. Beautiful sequence right there.
What a great cross by Alvarez. He had Herrera there. The attempt to get to it couldn't quite get there, but good job by Mbakani being on the backside, able to collect it and reset. So Charlottetown back on it. That's a good sign for Bristol. A little bit of an offensive chance there for them here in the second half, which they hadn't had a lot of here in the first 10 minutes. So Charlottetown now in possession, and Herrera knocks it out off of Charlottetown. So it is a Bristol throw.
That was not very captainly behavior.
Referee a little bit confused in the second half so far.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that ball was off of Charlottetown, but, you know, we are up here, and he's down there. So
I guess it was not just the players who lost some intensity in the second half. The referee didn't show up the first 5 minutes yet.
So we're going to have a substitution for Bristol. It is Kai Slynn coming in for Vandenbeld.
That's a good sub.
So
he's a very good player.
Kai Slynn, a Milligan University graduate.
But also, you know, from the coaching perspective, it's interesting. It's a very early sub, right? Mm-hmm. So I wonder what's it. Again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong at all. I'm just saying it will be interesting to understand why the sub was made, right? Because it's so early in the game. I mean, if the sub is made, I would say from the coaching staff is either or is a tactical adjustment or the play start, right? Yeah. One of twos, or even a bad performance. But I don't think so. Most Bristol team has been extremely consistent today. So it'll be interesting to see if this changed anything with Bristol system.
So Suckling tried to take a free kick just a moment ago. It went right off of a defender standing in front of him. Referee had a couple of words for the defender. And now we're set again. Free kick sent back in. Cool on it. Suckling back now to Cool again. Cool turns it back across the pitch here to Hudson. Kai Slynn, the substitute, on it, sends back for Lamal. And a long ball And it's headed down by Charlottetown, but Lengyel comes up with it, and it's booted away. Alvarez, and that ball kicked way up in the air off of Alvarez, and that's the right call that time.
And it's out for a Hops throw?
So Charlottetown throws it in, and knocked out immediately by Cool. Hops about halfway into their attacking half, and a good job that time.
Oh, he's quick.
Herrera almost gets to it, turning back his Charlottetown defender, and he sends it back to the goalkeeper. So that'll reset things for the Hops. Salkeld back to Suckling. And now Cool. Again to Suckling.
Suckling plays it forward.
Lengyel is there. It's knocked down. And Mbakani gives it to Panner. Salkeld gives it up to Hudson. Salkeld looking across the pitch, and Suckling has it just beyond midfield. And now it's taken away. That pass was just a little bit careless. Knocked away, Lengyel, and Salkeld on it.
Just a whole lot of nothing the last 5 minutes.
A lot of mistakes from each team, right?
Good play by Alvarez, but now that pass was
very stuck
blocked.
the game.
Slynn dispossessed. Charlottetown crossed. Cool on it, and is able to get it to Suckling and snuff out that counterattack. Here's Slynn. Herrera flicked it. Slynn is on it. Good speed. He's going to chip it toward the back post, and it's picked up by the goalkeeper. That was kind of in between a cross and a shot.
Yeah, I think it was more a cross.
I think in that spot, maybe it might be a shot right there from Slynn. He was a little cut off that time.
So. I think he should have tried the cross, try the shot. Sorry, was a different angle for a cross. I feel like.
Yeah.
But again, it's easier to say here, right?
Right.
The other one's there, but I from this angle I agree. A shot would have made more sense, I think.
So Charlottetown again on it here after that rush by Slynn. And that one going long again, and it's off Charlottetown, and Rhythm will throw in.
Bristol Rhythm did a good job of cooling down Charlottetown, just putting a little bit more ice in the game. And ice in the game doesn't mean necessarily wasting time, but means keeping the ball more, make them chase, make them more frustrated. Because if you are a team who are 2 goals down and just score, you actually want to have the ball and you want to be the one in command. And Bristol Rhythm taking that away from them. So good job from the boys.
So the two teams kind of have calmed down the pace, and Charlottetown shot, and they score.
It's a banger.
Wow.
A shot. And hey, guess who it is? It's number 10. Comes through, shoots it top right.
Congrats,
And
Philippe.
Charlottetown has tied the score at 3-3 here in the 63rd minute.
I don't want to be
of
that
the
guy,
contest.
but we talked about this at halftime, didn't we? How dangerous it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be a threat all game long.
That's the crazy thing about this sport is 45 or 30 minutes ago, Bristol was on top of the world, and now look.
Yeah. Can change in an instant for sure, and it has here at Gene Malcolm Stadium as the Bristol Rhythm are now tied with Charlottetown, and they have to score again, Bristol does, because they need a win. They cannot tie this game.
Yeah, but Bristol has to react right away. I keep what I said in the first sub. I still trying to understand the first sub. And again, I'm not judging if he's right or wrong. I literally have curiosity why the first sub was made so early into the game. Wonder if I haven't seen any tactical change right now. So I'm just curious.
Even though we're here for the Rhythm, what a shot.
Yeah, it's a banger.
What a shot. I mean, I have to give him credit. I mean, that was, you couldn't hit it more perfect than that.
And this is dangerous. Charlottetown has it, top of the box. And good passing shot and a nice save by Lamal. A huge save made that time. Right to that far post on the turf.
You know what we said in the first half, that the first goal took the spider web? Now you clean the spider web on the other side.
On the other side, yeah, both corners.
So the goal is clean, I guess.
This is not good for the Rhythm, though.
No,
this is a must-win right here. A must-win.
Boy, the Rhythm are out of sorts right now, and they've just committed a foul again in a pretty dangerous area.
Yes.
And now Charlottetown again with an opportunity to score and take their first lead.
From a head coaching perspective, this is 2 home games in a row they've given up a 3-1 lead. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's just obviously there seems to be a trend there, right? As of right now, I think in the moment that you are 2 goals up at halftime, you play in front of your crowd. I think that's some type of overconfidence there, if that makes sense. A little of I'm in charge. The game is not done, but it's in a good way, right? I think it's fair. It's a fair assessment that we can make out of this. But also I learned that. Did you see this free kick?
And that header went wide, but boy was it close.
But also I learned in the game of soccer, right, that listen, Bristol Rhythm can score 2, can concede 2 more. As long as they win at the end, that's all that matters. Right?
That's the thing.
It's just, as Coach Louis is going to get a lot of white hairs, if you keep going like games like this.
Yeah, without a doubt.
To be fair, what did I say? I said from a neutral point of view, to go 3-3 and then hope for a winner at the end of the game.
I agree.
From a neutral point of view would be good. However, though, that's not what you want.
Yeah. But you can see that Bristol Rhythm felt this goal a lot.
Yes, they did.
Bristol just feels disconnected right now. Another opportunity here. Charlottetown way wide right, but
all Charlottetown the last few minutes.
Yeah, completely Charlottetown's game at this point. And I think Bristol, they've got to find a way to adjust here after just kind of falling into a bad way.
I can't tell who it is, but someone is warming up.
Okay.
So you guys can see, if you guys allow me to compare a little bit to the first half, right? When the first half was over, in shots was 11-2 for Bristol Rhythm, right? This is minute 65, and right now it's 14-9. That's how close the game became. 14 shots for Bristol Rhythm, 9 for Charlottetown. 6 in the second half, or in the first 20 minutes.
Boy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's, kind of piggybacking off your point earlier, Philippe. I think, it's just the mindset of a player that this is a 90-minute or more contest and not a, we just won the first half. That's a shot and it's a goal. Goodness. It's 4-3. Charlottetown has just taken charge here in the second half, and it's only been 21 minutes.
Very hard to explain.
Oh,
very hard to explain.
This is when you need your captain the most.
Yes, I agree.
This is when you need your leaders the most. You should not be on your hands and knees. Your head should not be down. This is a must-win game. You have to pump up the boys. You came this far. Last year, second to last. This year could be in a playoff spot. It's possible.
And guys, let me tell you this. This is a fun. I'm sorry, but I didn't like stats when I started my career. Now I started enjoying them a little bit more. Charlottetown scored 3 goals in the second half. They have 3 shots on target. Yep.
Wow.
Like I said, facts don't care about your feelings.
No, they don't. And it doesn't necessarily matter how many shots you get. If you convert on them, that's all that matters. And Charlottetown's done exactly that so far.
But Bristol scored 3 in the first half. Why? I don't see a lot of belief that another one can come. Another 2.
Yeah.
Which disappoints me a little bit.
100%. I mean, as of right now, honestly, I don't see Bristol scoring at the goal.
I agree. I don't
the
see
way they are
from
playing,
the coaching staff that has
no.
energy. I don't see the players that have energy.
No.
It's going to take. You need your leaders on the field as we need them most.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
And I think the 3 goals from Charlottetown at this point, they have energized Charlottetown to the point where I don't know if they're going to lose any energy for the remainder of this game.
It's just insane what a goal can do for you. I mean, there's so much pep in the step on it for all these players. They look entirely different. They're even pressing harder. Everything looks different,
And to be fair, I mean, it's just the beginning of the second half, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a hypocrite and tell that I knew this was going to happen. But the beginning of the second half, it's kind of foreshadowing of what was about to happen, isn't it? And it's still, you guys know what soccer is. Still plenty of time. A lot of things can change.
No, 100%. They could easily get a goal in the next couple minutes and then, boom, score one again. This could easily end up being 5-4. But on the flip side, it could end up being 6-4 if you don't react the right way. You have a lot of good, experienced players. This is when you lead on them.
But honestly, I don't feel there's anything tactically. Obviously, Charlottetown changed, and like I told you guys at the beginning, I think was a good decision to play just with the holding, and you can see right away. But still, not a lot of changes besides that.
Conceding 4 goals in the span of realistically 20 to 30 minutes is not tactical. That's not tactical at all.
No, it can't be. It can't be. So it's quite hard to understand.
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. It's hard to pinpoint what the issue has been in this second half. That one's going to work out for Charlottetown. They'll have another chance here. Cool does a nice job, cuts out the pass, and then sends it ahead for Lengyel.
It's just insane the way this sport works. Other than one player, and the exact same players from the first half, and everything just is so different. That's what I know it's a very obvious thought, but that's just one thing that baffles me about this sport sometimes. It's almost like, why couldn't he done this the whole time? You just can't explain it.
So Slynn gives it up here to Alvarez on the near side, and he'll switch the field here. Panner will get on it. And that one knocked away and out. And now thrown back in to Salkeld. Cool surveying, gives it up for Kai Slynn. Panner back. Cool. Cross for Hudson. Now Alvarez turns it inside and gives it up to Salkeld. Bristol possessing the ball here, but then right there just kind of wasting it, sending it long, and now Charlottetown back on top. Pass ahead, number 10, toward the box, crossing it, and it's too far out in front and will roll all the way out. Bristol throwing. So Bristol has got to get something moving here, and I think this tactically maybe changes the way Charlottetown plays. Philippe, with a 4-3 lead here with 20 minutes left in the contest, what does this change for Charlottetown?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say that in a little bit. Is this field, if you're on an advantage and if you're looking to protect the score, it benefits you, right? Because you have, that's a good opportunity here.
Oh boy, this is a good one. Charlottetown is offside.
But like I was saying, if you are on an advantage and you're not looking to play, looking to kind of froze the result, plays in your advantage because there's less space to cover, right? That's why normally teams who start winning here for the most part end up winning. If you're winning, you end up winning. You might tie, but it's rare for the result to turn around like that because it's such a small space to cover. And even when the teams turn the result away or around, it normally comes from set piece because it's so short, right? But from positional play, normally doesn't happen. So it'll be. But the crazy thing is, even though Charlottetown is ahead, they are still playing. So part of me tells me that this might not be over still. I think Charlottetown is looking for their 5th goal to kind of close it, put a nail in the coffin, like we say.
And I think partially it may be, partially due to the goal differential thing that we talked about earlier. Like these teams want to have that goal differential in case of a possible playoff scenario tiebreaker at the end of the season. So Charlottetown throwing in here just from midfield on this near side, far side on the camera. That one crossed, and he's onside, and it's cleared out, and it's going to be a corner kick.
It was a good tackle, but that was a close one.
But also let me tell you guys, from the coaching perspective, right? As a coach, you concede 3 goals in 20 minutes. You have to make a sub. You have to make 100%. You have to make something. Because again, we're not talking about a goal that was unfortunate. We're talking about 3 goals in 20 minutes, and that's why you're trying to make some type of adjustment.
It looks like your mind's about to be right because someone's about to come on.
That sounds about right because it's time. Something has to be made. Something has to be changed right now.
In my opinion, I think he should have come in maybe 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
He should already be in the game.
And the corner sent across the box here. And a short angle shot here is taken, and it's over the top. Something happened here. I'm not sure what the referee is saying.
Something with our captain.
Yeah. So that ball sent out. We're going to have a goal kick. Ball boy over here in the corner throws one into Lamal. So it is a 4-3 contest. Again, it was 3-1 at the half in favor of Bristol. And the Rhythm have unfortunately allowed 3 goals here in the first 25 minutes of this half.
There's a good chance again.
Another really good shot, and it's blocked off the back of the leg of Suckling. And Charlottetown back on it as they try to reset. And they'll send it all the way back for their goalkeeper, who's out of the box, and sends it back the other way.
It's so interesting, isn't it? Because if at halftime we said that Bristol Rhythm should be the... If Charlton was a team that is fine to qualify, Bristol Rhythm should definitely qualify. Now I'm not sure. You know, if you look in terms of how Charlton is playing, it's just 2 distinct halves, Mate coming off.
So, yeah, Lengyel is going to be replaced here.
I don't think Mate is happy about that.
So Grayson Hammond, another Milligan player, onto the pitch for Bristol Rhythm. Throw in by Charlottetown, gets into the box, it's knocked down, and now Suckling will clear it out. Straight back up, Mbakani on it. Good move by Mbakani, able to keep it, still has it, driving through the defense, and we'll switch the pitch here. And it's run down by Panner just in time. No, not in time.
I thought that was...
They said it was out
in.
beyond the touchline, I
It
guess,
looked
and it's a
like-
throw-in.
I might be wrong, but it looked like it was still in to me.
I thought so too, but I guess the near side linesman said it was beyond.
I'm
So
looking at the replay here. It looked like we're still in. It looked like to me. We have the vision from the other side.
But I mean, still, it's right in front of us on this end.
yeah, you would
looks
think
inside.
It looks to me. I mean, because from where I'm sitting specifically, it's literally even with the top rail, and it stayed on that line. So I'm not sure, but that's going to be off Bristol. So Charlottetown will throw in again here.
And substitution for Bristol Rhythm, you know, allowing a little bit more depth, a little bit more energy on the wing.
Suckling will give it back to Lamal. Cool switches the field here as Hudson gives it up to Salkeld. And he sent that out in front of him. Connie, this might work. It's a little bit too long. You'll have to curl it back. James Baku is in the game as well as a sub. Hammond gives it up to Panner. Salkeld now back to Hudson, and the Rhythm really do have the Milligan connection out there now. Baku, Slynn, Panner, Mbakani, and Hammond all on.
I think that would be a foul.
And the referee makes a very late call there.
That's the second time he's done that.
Yes, it's a late call.
And he got confused, I think. He thought it was the opponent that took down the man the first time, and so he wasn't calling it, but then he realized.
You know, we talk about goalkeepers shouldn't hesitate, field players shouldn't hesitate.
Yep.
Referees should not hesitate
No.
either. If you're going to do something, do it confidently.
And to be fair, it has been a quite easy game for him to referee, not a lot of cases. And I was looking at the replay here, and that was, I'm pretty sure that was a clear foul.
Yeah,
for
it was,
sure.
certainly.
I don't know why it took him so long to make that. It was right in front of him as well.
And that one sent long. A good redirection that time. Charlottetown
Not a lot of width from Charlton here.
No.
A lot of central play here.
Cross back in front. Baku clears it out momentarily, but Charlottetown's back on it. A shot, no, a fake, a good fake. Back out up top, shot saved by Lamal. Boy, that was close yet again. Charlottetown just attacking the net right now. But a good save by Lamal keeps Bristol down by just the 1 goal.
Bristol Rhythm 2 shots this second half.
Long cross here to Baku. And now here's Salkeld. Baku. Cross off the defender and out for a corner kick.
First corner kick for Bristol Rhythm this half.
Got to get something moving here if you're Bristol. Again, we're in the 79th minute, so
It's getting late.
We're getting late here. Got 10 minutes and change with stoppage time.
Because I know you emphasize a lot, but I emphasize again, a tie, it's not enough.
No,
it's not.
No, you need 2 goals here if you're Bristol. So Slynn takes the corner. And that one headed away by Charlottetown. Hammond, it's knocked out by Charlottetown. So the Rhythm will throw in. Baku. Here's Hudson. Hammond over to Suckling, and now here is Mbakani. Hammond. Bristol possessing. Panner back for Hammond. Salkeld tried to cross it. Good defensive play. And then a whiff. And it will be a Bristol throw here from the near side. Baku has a great throw in. He will probably be throwing this one long into the box.
I wonder if that's part of the thought process with the sub as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Get the pressure. Try to get some throw-ins.
Yeah, Baku specifically is a man who makes these throw-ins quite often. He does get it to the middle, and it's still sitting there in the box. Panner. Mbakani.
Yeah, take a shot.
And just kind of stuck. Shot. Suckling just missed. Oh, so close. Wide right. Just
I
missed.
thought that was
the
good.
post.
I did too.
Oh, that was a laser, but again, just off the mark. So the Rhythm still down 4-3, and we are definitely getting late here in this one. Less than 10 minutes on the regulation clock left to be played.
Charlottetown definitely playing to waste time as much as they can.
Quite weird from the referee as well, you know, because the ball kid gave him the ball, but he didn't take him. He wanted the ball behind the goal. You see that?
Yeah.
Quite weird. I've never seen that before. I didn't think it mattered where the ball came from, as long as you have a ball.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Herrera is on it. He still has it. He turns it up. Tries to make a move back in the middle. He still has it. Herrera! Shot blocked! Bicycle kick attempt, and it's off the mark over top to the side. Oh, boy, that was an opportunity for Herrera. He could have scored there without a doubt. I think he held on too long.
I think so, too.
I hate to say it, but those are the type of chances that you cannot miss.
No, you
just can't miss.
No.
You have to take a goal. You have to score your goal.
You can't be too cute with it. You just gotta.
You have to take.
You gotta have that natural. This is a goal scorer. This is a natural goal scorer. You have to have that instinct.
Yeah,
Bristol needed that goal there.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have put them tied with still some time left to find that 5th goal.
The thing is, eventually you're just gonna run out of chances. You have to put them away.
And those chances don't come often. I mean, this was the 3rd shot from Bristol Rhythm.
I mean,
the first on target.
Yeah.
Throwaway being cute and being creative. Like, if the ball goes in a good area, you have to shoot it. Stooge, you have to shoot it. Everyone up top has to shoot it.
I agree. If you're in a good shooting range, you have to take it.
100%.
You have to.
There's a foul. Bristol will have a free kick.
If you keep on waiting for the perfect opportunity, it's not going to come. There's no perfect opportunities in soccer, other than a 1v1, and you have to put those away.
And in that one right there, I mean, that's exactly what it was. It was him versus the goalie, Herrera versus the goalie, and unfortunately just one touch too many.
That's frustrating. It's very unlikely he gets an opportunity like that as well.
And to be fair, in my personal opinion, he has been one of the best players.
I agree.
You know, up
He's been
top,
deadly
he's creating,
dangerous.
he's creating chances, creating space. You know, giving a lot of fight to center backs, being like a target player.
Salkeld loses it. Charlottetown now ahead,
Bad
and this
approach.
is going to be some space for number 7 for Charlottetown to run into. The shot is way high and wide.
That's on the baseball field.
Out onto the baseball field.
That's a poor approach from our center backs. I mean, you can see that a mile away that you're never going to get there on time. Open space for the outside, the winger to cut inside. I mean, that's a poor approach.
So Bristol back on it here. They're going to have to get something moving, and a foul is called on Charlottetown, and just some contact that time by number 14 on Panner. And that pass, I think, was intended for Slynn there in the middle, but he just kind of stopped. Charlottetown's got it back.
Hard to explain.
And that chipped ahead, headed down. Good work by Cool. And Hammond chips it out. Popped up, straight up in the air. Header away by Cool. And that one is controlled. Well done. And Bristol back on it. But all this is doing right now is wasting time.
6 minutes to go.
Lewis Cole, number 27, is in right now for Bristol Rhythm. And that chipped ahead. I think he's on. They say he's on.
I thought
and it's
it would
a goal.
Be offside.
I thought so too. Philippe, I did. I thought he was off, but
I did too.
I'm going to look at the replay here.
The goal counts, and it's 5-3 Charlottetown.
The reality is, offsides or not, you shouldn't concede. Should not concede 4 goals and a half.
It's a tough one to see. It's a very tough one to see. Because if you look it from this angle,
It's going to be a kickoff for the Rhythm.
it's a tough one. If it might be right on side, to be fair. Might be right on the line. It's a tough one.
So it's 5-3, and Bristol's got to score 3 times. And that's going to be really tough to do at this point. They've got very limited time to do so.
It's going to be... In soccer, anything can happen, but I found it difficult. I think this puts an end to the game.
If you had told me before the game this was going to be an 8-goal game, I would not have believed you.
And I feel like even the way that the 8 goals happened makes it even more shocking.
100%.
You know? 3-1 in one half for a team, and the one goal that they scored probably shouldn't have been scored. It was just kind of a lucky turn of the field. Foul is going to be called here, and we're going to have a yellow card coming up.
A little bit heavy, I felt the yellow card. I think it's been a slow game, a soft game. Not real. I'm not sure if it's worth the yellow there, but I get it.
So they do give a yellow, and it will be a free kick here from just outside the box.
We didn't score from that distance. It was probably 5 yards closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer before. Yep, in the second minute.
But still, good chance here.
Got Suckling lining up for it here. You've also got Mbakani behind him. We'll see. Here's Suckling getting ready. And he'll take the shot. It's blocked by the wall. Suckling shoots again. Blocked by the wall again and out for a corner. Actually, I'm not sure what has happened here. I think maybe Suckling was arguing for a handball possibly on that second shot attempt.
It didn't look like to me, to be fair.
I didn't think so
I
either.
didn't see it either.
So it will be a corner here. Slynn getting ready to take it. Bends it back to the back corner, and Cool had a ton of net open that time, but he just mishit it.
If I'm not mistaken, Cole has already 2 or 3 attempts in corners the entire game where he got the header, but he was not able to direct where they wanted to.
He makes the contact, but it's tough in those moments to direct it.
So Charlottetown here, we're in the 88th minute. It is late, and right now Bristol, their hopes are about as thin as a spider web.
And also remember that Charlottetown still has subs.
And Charlottetown is in the box again here. Good tackle by Cool.
It's a very good tackle.
Beautiful tackle. As Bristol gets it back, they're going to have to move down the pitch. Baku ahead for Herrera. Good redirection. Cole. Here's Kai Slynn. Driving with it. Gives it up for Hammond. and he'll have to turn it back for Suckling. Slynn back into the middle for Hammond, and they will look across the field here to Baku. Driving, being harassed. Nice work. Gets it into the middle, drops it back. And now it's ahead. Slynn crossed in. Backside, giving up. Suckling shot, Baku blocked. Still sitting at the edge of the box. Makani back on it, turning. And it's cleared out by Charlottetown. Hammond turns it back. And that one's deflected. And again, Charlottetown. And not a lot going on here for Cool, and it's off of Charlottetown. Cool will throw in.
Cool, a little bit lucky on this play.
Yeah, that was dangerous with the ball that time. Charlottetown turns it the other way, and they say he's onside there. So Baku gets to it first. Slynn into the middle for Hammond. And that pass was not deflected, and it will be a Charlottetown throw. No. Yes, it is. I think the Rhythm thought it was their throw, but Charlottetown did not touch it. 90th minute. We're just about to expire the regulation game clock.
If the first half was 4 minutes, I'm curious how much time there would be in the second half.
Yeah, there's been more. Obviously, there's been more goals scored, so those
and more subs as well, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Minimum 4 minutes if the first half was 4 minutes, but we'll see.
But as you can see, like I was saying, Charleston as someone warming up, so I assume he's going to use it to kind of run the clock a little bit more.
Sure.
I mean, we'll probably all do the same.
What a touch.
What a touch from Gucci, yeah?
So we are in stoppage time officially at this point. Makani is tackled nicely, and the Rhythm have to throw in. Slynn will play it across. Baku does a nice job.
Baku got in well in the game.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, he came in well. He has been Ali. Good job.
Herrera plays back for Cole.
We have to get something.
Elliott. Shot is blocked. The shot by Selkeld.
Now it's transition moment. 2v2.
And it is a transition. And Charlottetown into the middle. Number 7 has got a lot of space. He's going to feed it out to the far side. Shot. Score. Charlottetown, one for good measure here in extra time as we have a 6-3 Charlottetown lead over Bristol, and that one is the absolute nail in the coffin.
We said in halftime, you got to come out strong. I think 5 goals in half is pretty strong.
Whew. Yeah, Charlottetown came out like the team that is a playoff team.
100%.
Philippe, and Bristol did not.
I think they heard me.
So it is 6-3 as that's going to effectively do it for Bristol's chances this season. I think they will be eliminated with the loss.
I have to give credit. So first of all, yes, even though this game would have put them in a playoff spot, if they got a result against Hickory, they would have been in a playoff spot for the first time in their history. But the reality is their history, this is their second year. You have to give the owners, you have to give the fans, and you have to give the players and the coaches a lot of credit. You went from second to last year to fighting to make it to the tournament to the very last 2 games. That is positive, because the reality is you have to remember you're a team in small little tri-cities, that you have to be proud of yourself. You have to pat yourself on the back a little bit.
I don't necessarily disagree with you, Killer, but I think it's yes, sure. In terms of timeline, it's their second year, and obviously you have to take pride from it, right? I agree 100%. But it's not okay when you're beating a team 3-1 and you tie against Greenville. It's not okay when you're winning 3-1 and you lose 6-3.
That's where I was going to get to. I think, and I obviously, I don't want to upset anyone, but I think I would be upset. I would be disappointed. I think when the guys on this field, they don't have to be here. They're not getting paid. They sign up for this. They don't have to be here. I didn't necessarily the whole year. Players come and go on summer league teams. Just from exhaustion. If you don't play as much as you want, it seemed like they had a really group of guys who never started giving up. It frustrated me a little bit when they concede the third and everyone, including their captain, puts their head down. You signed up for this. You have to take pride. The community loves you. The owners, the fans, they all deserve better than that. They have great owners here, fantastic people, fantastic fans here on a hot Wednesday night. They deserve better than a 6-3, especially when you're up 3-1.
That's what I was saying. Obviously there's a lot of positives, undeniable, right? If you look at this season compared, and it's not over the season, right? Still, this game is not over. We still have another game, but the season is way better than last year. But people have to be accountable, right?
Yes.
It's not okay that because the truth is this is a high competitive sport, right? It's in a high competitive environment, and you have to be accountable for that.
Yes. No team, no matter who you are, should ever go into a half 3-1 and end up losing 6-3. It should never happen at any level. I don't care if it's high school, I don't care if it's college, I don't care if it's semi-professional, I don't care if it's professional.
And that's exactly what has happened here. 6-3 final whistle has just been blown. Charlottetown comes in here to Bristol after trailing 3-1 at halftime, and they score 5 unanswered in the second half. 45 minutes and change to get 5 goals unanswered, and they take the win here at Gene Malcolm Stadium. So Bristol, really nothing to play for, unfortunately, in the final game other than pride.
100%.
Against a Hickory team who's #1 in the league. And so it's going to be an interesting one to see on Saturday when we come back. Maybe they can right the ship. Just give the fans something positive to go out on.
100%.
At the end of the season.
It has to hurt because you might not get this chance again. There's a lot of guys who are not going to be eligible to play next year from this squad. You may not get this chance again next year. You're already here. Why not try to break through that summit? Crack into that top 4. I still think for the most part, I will not be here the last game, but I still would like to say, I think it is a positive season. I think when they reflect back, I think it was a positive season, some good results. This is the first game, actually, they've lost at home. Other than that, they were undefeated. This will be my last game commentating this season. I won't be here Saturday, so I would like to appreciate everyone who let me be here. I've had a lot of fun. Not the way I wanted to go out. From a neutral point of view, it was a phenomenal game. I mean, we got treated to 9 goals. We didn't want 6 of them to be for the opposing team, but we got treated to 9 goals. Philippe, you have any more thoughts?
I think it's disappointing. Just the way I am. Every time I commented, I try to be as neutral as I can be. I'm not here necessarily to support Bristol Rhythm or Charlottetown. I'm here to say things how they are. And I think it's disappointing. I try to put myself in the shoes of Coach Louis, and like I said, I try to be brutal honest with everyone. And, you like I said, you're winning 3-1 at halftime. You have a shot advantage of 11-2. And you end up having with 2 less shots than the other team at the end of the game. It's hard to explain.
That's
It's very hard to explain. It's not tactical. It's energy. It's commitment. I don't know what you want to call it, but you cannot tell me it's okay the second or the third game that this happens. I don't know what the issue is. Obviously, it has to be the players and the coaches. It's the entire team, right? But it has to be approach, right? It has to be approach. And like I said, they were not the best team yesterday. They're not the worst team today after the game. That's just how it works, obviously. But it is frustrating. And I understand that even for the players, it's not easy to digest it, right? Stinks. From my point, I tell you, I really enjoy our number 9. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. Do you know his name, Caleb? Abu. I really enjoy number 9, and he's on the floor right now. A player that necessarily, I think he deserves a better result from this game. Personal opinion. He worked his tail off. He had this chance to kind of put us on equalizer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I think part of the reason why he's on the floor is because he feels that as well. He knew that
100%.
if we would have scored that goal, things should have been differently. In terms of the evaluation that we did at halftime, right? Like I said, it's hard to explain. Tactically, Charlottetown, change their formation, start playing with the holding, let the 2 midfielders press higher, which allows Bristol Rhythm with less time on the ball. So they did exactly what we talked at halftime. One of the issues that we said, They did not allow Bristol Rhythm to dictate every moment of the game, which that was another thing that we talked about. And number 10, I mean, hell of a player. You know, we talk about here halftime, and once again, he showed to be decisive in this game. You know, it's even for me, I'm a bit frustrated, to be honest with you, because I wish I can give you more, but it's hard for me to understand. I don't think we're statical, to be honest with you.
I would have loved to have seen the Rhythm in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I would have loved to have seen. I don't know the fans here. There's fantastic fans here, fantastic people working here tirelessly. They deserve a playoff team.
You know, it almost makes you think, like today and the Greenville game the other day. You know, I think it almost makes you think about just kind of the fact that as a team, maybe it's just a lack of consistency. You know, like you've got the talent. It's just having that 100% focus at all times and understanding what your job is and what your tactics are in every situation. And also just energy, like keeping the energy 100%. At all times, because it's just if you ever let your guard down, the team on the other side has a bunch of really talented players who are just 100%. As good as you are, and if you let your guard down, they're going to beat you. And that's exactly, I feel like, what happened today.
And it's one thing that we say a lot, especially in college, you know, it's like winning is easy, you know, in terms of, obviously, I've said this before, winning at this level, it is hard, right? There's a lot of teams, but you winning one game once in a while, it's easy, if that makes sense. The problem is keep winning, right? Yeah. The problem is keep that winning mentality of we win Wednesday, we win Saturday, we go Wednesday, we go Saturday. That's what the challenge is, right? You win a game once in a while every month, that's easy, that happens, right? But keep that winning, that consistency that you're talking about, I agree with 100%. That's when the struggle, that's when the mentality has to be better. And again, I take a little bit what Caleb is saying, which is true, you know, you cannot blame him because then I used to win, right? Yeah. This is the year that they won the most, and proud of the boys for that. And there's a lot to work on and, you know, grab from this season moving on. And also we are talking like it's over, right? They still have one game.
Still one to go.
You know, obviously we know that take them away from the race, but still, you know, still there's a lot to fight for, right? I mean, I think we can all agree that even though that you prefer to go to the playoffs, I mean, you're finishing the season with a win or a tie over the number one spot who hasn't lost a game or tie a game this year. It will be a very nice way to end up the season, right? Yeah. It will give you a lot of positive feelings going up to next season. So I think actually this game against Hickory comes at a perfect time. Yeah. Where Bristol Rhythm has nothing to lose. Hickory doesn't have anything to lose either, but they have pride to lose, which is very important, even national rankings. And Bristol Rhythm, the only thing they are going to be is they are going to play against a giant, and they have the chance to, you know, to step on a giant, which will be quite cool.
What a way to go out, besides beating one of the best teams in the country.
Yep, I agree. And like you said, Caleb, for some of them might be the last time they play for Bristol Rhythm.
That's true.
You know, every year,
a lot of seniors on this guy.
100%. 100%. People move on. People get different teams. Some people stop playing soccer. Some people get, you know, a career in some other area. That's just the way it works. So for some of them, might be in the last chance. I agree. I just think it's the frustrating game, right? It's hard to. I had a few names that I thought they were the MVP at halftime already marked, and after the second half, I really don't know what to tell you.
It really, I mean, it's a bewildering second half, and I think at this point Bristol, they know what they've just done, like what has just happened, and they just have to flush it. They've got one more to go, and it's a game against a very good team, and you just have to look forward to that and try to right the ship and end the season on a high note, whether that's a tie or a win, a good result, positive result that no one else has been able to achieve against Hickory. So, again, 6-3 final. Charlottetown beats Bristol. 3-1 was the Bristol lead at halftime. Just an unfortunate second half for the Rhythm, unable to take the victory, and that basically eliminates them from playoff contention. So, for Brendan, Caleb, and Philippe here on the broadcast, thanks for joining us here tonight. Again, 6-3, your final. Charlottetown beats Bristol.
Yep. And join the boys Saturday at 7 p.m. for the last game against Hickory as well.
See you there.